Is being conducted in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by advertisement in the Cape May Star and Wave on the Township website and posted on the bulletin boards at Township Hall.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance in a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Conrad.
Here.
Councilmember Perry.
Here.
Councilmember Simonson.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Clark.
Here.
Mayor Beck.
Here. Before we begin our work session consent agenda this evening, we have one of those moments that the township certainly enjoys. We have two new officers being sworn in this evening. We have Patrolman Kyle Boyle and Patrolman Adam Haggerty. And we have Kyle, who's 24 years of age. He's a graduate of our high school, class of '09. Prior to being hired as a full-time police officer with the Lower Township Police Department, he served as a senior corrections officer with Bayside State Prison from 2013 until 2015. Adam, who's 29, is also a graduate of our high school, class of 2004. Prior to being hired as a full-time police officer with the township, he served as a Class 2 officer with the Cape May City Police Department from 2009 through 2011. He also worked as a Class 2 officer with the township from 2011 until being hired full-time in 2015. Okay, Kyle wishes to have his father, retired Lower Township Police Officer Kevin Boyle Sr. There he is, sitting in the front with the big smile. Pin the badge on, and his mom, Donna Boyle, hold the Bible. Adam would like his father, Tom Haggerty, from the Cape May County Sheriff's Department, pin his badge, and his girlfriend, Amanda Reiser, a police officer at Stockton University, will hold the Bible. So we wish you the best. It's always a joyous occasion to see two young guys, or ladies nowadays, come on to the department and do their best for the township. And it's a career path. It's a tough one. A lot of us in the building here have been police officers, are police officers, and especially nowadays you see what's going on. But all things being said, it was a great job. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's not a job, it's a vocation. And it takes a certain person to do it. And I think we got the two right guys right now. So without much further, if council would join us down there, we'll issue the oath of office to Kyle. I've been instructed to put you over here so we can put you on TV. So you gotta come around here and face the Bible a little bit around
Bible.
Sure.
Kyle has his own Bible.
Bible. You got the Bible, you got the family Bible. This one right here. Put your hand on the Bible, left hand on the Bible. Make sure whatever happens, let's put you in a right position here. There you go, Mom. You got this? It's choreographed. Repeat after me. I, Kyle Boyle,
I, Kyle Boyle,
swear that I will support
swear that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully, impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of the office
all the duties of the office
of police officer
of police officer
for the Township of Lower,
for the Township of Lower,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability,
So help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thanks, sir.
You don't have
Safe.
Thank you, guys. Hey, how are you? Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you. Hey, how are you?
Yeah, I feel, yeah. They make me feel old. All right. Adam, where you be? I know you're out there somewhere. How are you?
Good, how are you?
All right. Same lineup.
All right.
Have your Bible, or you want to use the Township Bible? Who's holding the Bible? This young lady. You're going to put your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I, Adam Hegarty,
Swear that I will support
swear that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same,
to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of the office
all the duties of the office
of police officer
of police officer
for the Township of Lower,
for the Township of Lower,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
So-
Real quick.
Hey, just a couple things here I want to mention. As the mayor said, obviously a career in law enforcement is probably one of the greatest professions. Take advantage of every opportunity you can and make the most out of your career. And remember your integrity and reputation and how you did the job will define you as a law enforcement officer. From this day forward, this job will change you forever. Everything you do and everything you say will not only reflect on you, but also this agency. So remember the core values: honor, loyalty, integrity, and respect. Without these, we are nothing. So do the best you can in the most fair and impartial manner. And I want to congratulate both of you on a successful career.
All right, where's the party?
Don't strain yourself.
This is. Do you need these oaths of office?
No,
Okay. 'Cause I stole one.
before they hit the street, I have to swear them in.
Oh, okay.
So by the time
All
they
right.
come in front of you,
You signed off though, right?
everything's done.
All right.
Yeah.
Every meeting is at 7 this year, right? There's no 6 o'clocks. There's no,
Sorry?
every meeting's at 7.
Correct. Even the budget, unless you guys want to change it. If you want to change the budget meeting,
We're going to have to talk about that because usually,
well, we don't have much time.
I
If we're
understand.
introducing on the first.
Well, usually it's
Are
the,
we introducing on the first?
Do the 7, and but when it's ratified, maybe,
yeah.
which will be probably,
Okay, you ready? Moving down to the consent agenda. Does council have any comments or questions on the consent agenda? I'd like to move 2016-48 off the consent agenda. Any other comments or questions? Open it up for public comment or questions? Close the public.
Approval of the New Jersey State Firemen's Membership applications for Kenneth Hill and Carlos Mora to the Villas Volunteer Fire Company, and Stephen Schaefer to the Irma Volunteer Fire Company. Approval of minutes from January 4th, 2016. Resolutions number 2016-40 through 2016-47, and 2016-49 and 50. Ordinance number 2016-01, an ordinance amending ordinance 2014-12, which amends Chapter 475 of the Parks and Recreation ordinance of the Township. This is to change the Millman rental hours of operation from 4 hours that you currently pay for to 6. And ordinance 2016-02, which is also amending Chapter 175 of the Parks and Recreation fees, the Parks and Recreation area. This is to add classes. We're amending the fees just so we can add classes into it. This is the first reading of both of these ordinances. The second reading and the public hearing is scheduled for Wednesday, February 17th.
Very good. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Second.
Councilmember Conrad?
Yes.
Councilmember Perry?
Yes.
Councilmember Simonson?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Clark?
Yes.
Mayor Beck?
Yes.
Resolution number 2016-48. This is a reappointment to the Municipal Utilities Authority Board. The application on file is for Harrison Bidding.
Okay, any council comments on this?
No.
Public comment?
Ed Butler from the Villas, and we're talking about the whole consent agenda. I'm interested now, which just the particular one. You closed the other one already so quickly that I didn't even know what was happening there.
The consent agenda's already been voted upon.
I know, that's why I was saying it was so quick, just from the shout in the back instead of having somebody.
Well, you can always
up there.
get up at the call to the public if you have a comment in reference to that. Nobody's,
Taking calls from the back instead of coming up and going through the agenda, I don't think is proper. Thank you.
okay. Any other comments on this? Do I have a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Councilmember Conrad?
Yes.
Councilmember Perry?
Yes.
Councilmember Simonson?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Clark?
No.
Mayor Beck?
No. Move down to administrative reports. Move down to council comments.
We've got potentially our first winter storm coming. Please check with your neighbors. Winds are supposed to be bad. We don't know what's happening yet. We'll be prepared as best we can, but some of your neighbors may not be. If they're seniors or anything, please check on them. I know this is not going to hit the paper in time, but I want to get it out there as much as possible. And don't forget, January 26th from 5 to 9, there's a vote for the school budget. Please go out and vote. I'm not going to get it. There's information out there. I think there's still some over there on that table if anybody here wants it. Other than that, stay safe.
The only one thing I have to say tonight is I had the honor Saturday night to swear in the officers, the administrative officers of the Town Bank Volunteer Fire Company. And great group of volunteers that we have in Lower Township, not just in Town Bank, but all three fire departments. One thing that I did notice Saturday night, I was really impressed that some of the younger firefighters are stepping up into the administrative offices, and that's showing me that the volunteerism in Lower Township is staying alive. And as a taxpayer, I think we can all really appreciate the effort that the volunteers do in this township for us. So it was truly an honor.
I really don't have anything besides the fact that I agree with Councilman Perry Saturday night. It is nice to see the younger generation getting involved in serving their community, especially through the fire department. And I think it was especially neat to see Councilman Perry, who's been a big part of that fire department for many years, be able to swear those officers in as a councilman. That was a unique event. So I wish them all well, stay safe, and we appreciate your service. That's it for me.
Okay, I'd like to give everyone a report on the Delaware Bayshore Council meeting, which many of us attended, and it also ties into our public conversation we're having about beach access in Lower Township. As you'll remember, the Delaware Bayshore Council was formed at the call of Senator Van Drew and the Assembly team. It brings together all of the municipalities along the Bayshore in Cumberland and Cape May County, and it's fostering a resolution before the legislature which basically highlights the importance and significance of the Delaware Bayshore as a region. So folks will sit up and take notice of the treasure that we have. But the specific purposes are to work together. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts as we seek to find funding for beach replenishment, as we look for ways to properly use our Bayshore for economic development and tourism. And this is a way for Lower Township to join hands with Middle Township and on up through Cumberland County to work through a lot of these issues. We had our fourth meeting, and Manager Jim Ridgway came. We had the MUA chairman, Brian O'Connor, come, and the mayor and I also attended. I have the privilege of chairing this group through this year. And one of the things that came up, we had a presentation given to us by a representative of the Department of Environmental Protection, the DEP. And one of the issues that came up was a lot of towns are having these conversations, sometimes contentious, over the subject of beach access. This is not a subject we can ignore because the state is requiring us to provide beach access. It's also heavily related to the conversation we're having and encouraging everyone to tune into. That is our meeting next time. It'll be March 1st.
February 1st.
February 1st is going to be the time that our engineering firm is going to give a presentation about the beach access approach that they're considering. But when we heard about all the troubles and challenges that municipalities were having up and down the coast, you know, when there's talk of changing beach access, that's serious talk when you're in a beach town and a bayshore town. That's a really important topic, and folks have a lot of opinions on that. Just on the last week, I guess there's been 4 or 5 letters coming in, emails through the website on the issue of beach access. What we agreed is that we need to help the municipalities with educational programs from the DEP to come into the municipalities and help them understand what are the obligations that the state has for the municipalities. These rules are changing. In fact, just today it was in the paper that the legislature is changing the rules about beach access, I think essentially limiting the flexibility to a certain degree of what towns can do relating to beach access. But these issues are in flux, and I think it's really important, since we're in a conversation about beach access, to have as much conversation and awareness as we can and encourage everybody to wrap their heads around it. So I just wanted to emphasize February 1st will be an important meeting for everybody that wants to begin to understand how we're dealing with the issues of beach access in Lower Township, ask questions, and weigh in on your considerations. And this is a topic that we hope to continue to have throughout the summer, so folks that are here as second homeowners can join into the conversation as well. And with that, thank you. on February 3rd, 7 o'clock, we have the Cape Assist is holding a meeting here about substance abuse. And I'm hoping that the papers give that notice full play, maybe get in touch with them and do some kind of an article on it. I can't think of a bigger issue. I mean, for a lot of people who don't have this problem in their house, I think that they're somewhat indifferent to it in a certain way. But once you have it in your family or in your house, then the passion really comes out. And like we said, this is really trying to this Healthy Youth Coalition is really trying to prevent kids from becoming involved with these, especially the pills, the oxycodons, and the fentanyl, and ultimately with heroin. And it's easier, like we said, it's much easier to prevent them from getting onto this than it is to get them off it once they're on it. So, hopefully some parents come to this. I mean, we have an opportunity that a lot of towns would be really anxious to have, the ability to have a coordinator like Steve Selby for the next 5 years. I mean, this is our best shot. I mean, we don't have any more problems than a lot of the other towns, but we're trying to do something about it. So hopefully the papers do put an article out there and we do generate some parental interest, because that's where the fight begins. Okay. And that's about it, right? We have Tom, you already mentioned the election next week, so with that, we'll open up call to the public. If you have any questions or comments, step forward.
Ed?
Okay, then there's a gentleman here that has a question, I think.
Yes, my name is Thomas Ross, and I live on 3 Shawmont Avenue. That's the street that comes from Bayshore Road into what was Beer World. We moved in there.
Yes, I know.
When it belonged to Bill Flommer.
Yes.
At that time, Vince Cassio came to us because secondary service came up that street and asked if we would approve a light in that area. And I said, fine. A light was put in there. We were the only house on that street for, I would say, a good 20 years. We've been there 30 years now. There's 3 other homes on that street now. There's 5 of us on the street. They are only on the right side of the left side of the street as you go in. Everything else on the other side belongs to Susan and Mark Andarossi, plus 7 or 8 acres in around the park area now. All right. I've been asking for years for another traffic light or another light on that street. There's 4 poles on that street right now. From our light to Bayshore Road, and the only reason that light is on Bayshore Road is because it was there when we came in because of a bus stop. There's no other lights on that street, and that's going between 650 and 700 foot. I'm asking for another street light on that street.
Jim, can you look at that, please?
I got hung
Mr. Ross, we'll be in touch with you if you give the information to Jim. We can have our people look at that and
Okay.
determine what the
I have gone to township people about it.
Right.
And I was told we didn't need it because you got the light from Weaver Circle. Well, anybody that wants to walk up that street right now, they'll see not one
Right.
ray of light from Weaver Circle.
Right, that's-
on Shawmont Avenue.
that's the next street over.
It's a little cross street.
Yeah.
that comes up almost abuts it.
So, yeah, I understand what you're saying.
That's
We'll take
because-
the manager will look at it and and we can go from there.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ross. Does anybody else wish to address council? The lady back here.
Mary Reeder from Drumbed Road. In case I forget, maybe somebody could bring a tape measure for that discussion of beach access so that we can see what 8 feet really look like. I know it has been made, at least in my perception, to sound gargantuan. And it's 3 feet above my head, so that doesn't seem like ATVs or whatever they're called, or TVAs, whatever they're called, can roar in and out. But I hear that's a concern.
Thank you. Anybody else wish to address council? Close the public portion.
Resolution number 2016-51, a resolution providing for a meeting not open to the public in accordance with the provisions of the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-12. This is to discuss investigation updates, possible sale, and/or acquisition of property.
There's not going to be anything we're possibly coming back for? No, not tonight.
Not tonight.
Okay, thank you.
No.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Wait a minute. Councilmember Conrad?
Yes.
Councilmember Perry?
Yes.
Councilmember Simonson?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Clark?
Yes.
Mayor Beck?
Yes.